welcome to the English Coffee Corner.
Yes, welcome. We are really glad you are here with us today.
We really are. And before we even get started, I want to ask you to please subscribe to the channel right now.
Yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button.
Because if you subscribe, you will get more of these easy-to-understand deep dives every single week. And we have a really amazing deep dive for you today.
Oh, we really do. This one is, it is fascinating.
It is. So let me tell you what we are doing. Today, we are taking a journey into the famous Russian city of St. Petersburg.
Right, a beautiful city.
Yeah, but we were looking at it during a very specific, very magical time of year, a time called the White Nights.
The White Nights. Just the name sounds cool, right?
It really does. And to do this, we are looking at two very different things. First, we are looking at modern travel guides for the year 2026.
Okay, so modern tourist information.
Exactly. But we are also looking at a classic story by the famous Russian writer Fyodor Dostoevsky. The story is literally called White Nights, and he wrote it way back in 1848.
So we are comparing a modern vacation to a very old story. That is quite the jump.
It is. And, well, what is our main goal here? What is the mission for today's deep dive?
Right, so today's mission is to explore a very tricky subject. We are going to look at the fine line between having a beautiful, rich imagination.
Which sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, it does sound good. But we are looking at the line between that and falling into a dangerous trap of total loneliness.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's unpack this. Because we need to start with the real city to understand the story.
We do. We have to start with the physical setting.
Right, because the physical city of St. Petersburg is, well, it is why the psychological setting of the story feels so much like a dream.
Yes, exactly.
So can you explain what the White Nights actually are, like in real life?
Yeah, of course. So you have to look at a map. St. Petersburg is really, really far north.
Like how far north?
Well, the exact latitude is 59 degrees and 57 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so almost 60 degrees north.
Right. It is way up there. And because it is so far north, something crazy happens around the summer solstice.
Which is in June, right?
Yeah, it peaks right around June 21st and 22nd. Basically, the sun never fully sets.
Wait, really? It just stays up?
It never goes completely below the horizon, so the sky stays bright all night long.
That is just, I mean, that is wild to think about.
It is. And if you look at the 2026 travel guides, they love this. They market it as a huge party.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah, the city just stays awake. The guides mention this famous bridge, the Palace Bridge.
Right.
It actually opens up to let boats through at 1:10 a.m.
1:10 in the morning.
Yes, and they play loud classical music while it opens. And the sky is still bright.
That sounds like a movie.
It really does. And there are big festivals, too. There is one called the Scarlet Sails.
Scarlet Seals.
Yeah,
God.
it happens on June 27th and 28th. It is this huge celebration with fireworks.
Oh, wow.
And then on July 4th, they even have a night marathon.
A marathon, like running at night.
Exactly. People running a huge race in the middle of the night, but it looks like daytime.
That is, I mean, it sounds fun, but it also sounds so strange because you know that feeling when you are awake at 3 a.m.?
Oh, definitely.
The rest of the world is asleep. It is quiet. And reality just feels a little blurry, right? Like things are just weird.
Yeah, your brain is tired. Things do not feel totally real.
Exactly. So my question is, how does Dostoevsky use this real-world weather event? Like, how does he use this bright night sky to explain what is happening inside the main character's head?
Ah, that is a great question. What's fascinating here is that Dostoevsky uses this perpetual twilight as a metaphor.
It's a metaphor for his mind.
Yes. Think about twilight. It is not day and it is not night. It is stuck in the middle.
Right.
Well, the main character is also stuck in the middle. He lives in a space right between waking life and dreaming.
So he is never fully awake to the real world, but never fully asleep either?
Exactly. The weather outside perfectly matches how he feels inside.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about this main character. Now that we understand this dreamy city, we need to look at the kind of person who lives there.
Right. And it is important to know we do not even know his real name.
We don't.
No, Dostoevsky just calls him the dreamer.
The dreamer. Okay, that fits perfectly.
It does. And our sources actually compare him to a very famous French idea.
Oh. What idea is that?
Well, in the 1770s, a philosopher named Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote a book. And he talked about this concept of a flâneur.
A flâneur. I've never heard that word. What does it mean?
It basically means a solitary walker. Just a guy who wanders the city streets all by himself.
Oh, okay. So just taking long walks alone.
Right. But for Rousseau, this was a good thing. The flaunter is happy to be separated from society. He finds peace in his own thoughts while he walks.
It sounds kind of relaxing, actually.
It does.
Yeah.
But, and this is the important part, Dostoevsky's dreamer is very different from that French idea.
How is he different?
Well, the dreamer walks around St. Petersburg, but he doesn't talk to people. He actually talks to buildings.
Wait, he talks to buildings? Like out loud?
Yeah, in his mind and out loud. He acts like the houses are his friends. There is this one cute pink house that he loves.
A pink house. Okay.
He says hello to it every day. But then the owners decide to paint the house yellow.
Oh, no.
And he gets so mad. He feels like the house betrayed him.
Because they painted it. That is pretty crazy.
It is. Dostoevsky actually calls this intense dreaminess a Petersburg nightmare. He says it is a sickness.
A sickness. Wow. Hey, real quick, before we get into why it is a sickness, I just want to pause for a second.
Sure, go ahead.
If you are enjoying this deep dive, please take a second to subscribe to English Coffee Corner right now. It really helps us out.
Yes, please do.
Okay, so getting back to the dreamer. I want to push back on this idea of it being a sickness.
Oh, you disagree with Dostoevsky?
Well, maybe a little. I mean, wait, isn't he just a harmless introvert?
An introvert, yeah.
Like, why is it a sickness to have a good imagination? Some people just like to be alone and daydream. What is so wrong with that?
Well, it is a fair question.
Yeah.
But it becomes dangerous because his inner world has completely replaced the real world.
Completely replaced it.
Yes. He is completely isolated. The sources point out that he reads way too many books.
Okay, I like reading books.
Sure, reading is fine.
Right.
But he tries to act like a character in a book in his real life.
Oh, I see. He doesn't act like a normal person.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of that, he becomes emotionally fragile. He is weak on the inside.
Because he never practices dealing with real life.
Exactly. Books are safe. The ending is already written. Real people are messy. Because he hides in books, he simply cannot handle real human connection.
That makes a lot of sense. If you never use a muscle, it gets weak.
Exactly.
So his isolated little world is going fine until it suddenly gets broken.
Yes, a big crash.
He is forced to talk to a real person.
And not just any person. A young woman.
Right. So the plot really starts here. The dreamer is walking at night, and he sees a young woman named Nastenka.
Yes, Nastenka.
And she is crying on the street. She is upset, and there is a bad man bothering her. So the dreamer actually steps in and saves her.
He plays the hero. Just like in one of his books.
Exactly. And over the next 4 nights, these magical white nights, they meet up and share their life stories.
And her story is incredible. Her reality is the exact opposite of his.
It really is. Like, he is trapped in his mind, but Nastenka is literally trapped in real life.
Literally trapped.
She lives with her grandmother, who's blind. And to keep Nastenka from running away, the grandmother pins Nastenka's skirt to her own dress.
She literally pins the girl's clothes to her own clothes.
Oh.
All day long.
Yes. She is just stuck sitting next to this old woman all day. But then she met a lodger.
Right, a young man who rented a room in their house.
And he was nice to her. He even gave her and her grandmother tickets to go see an opera.
The opera was The Barber of Seville.
The Barber of Seville, right. And for Nastenka, going out to a show must have felt amazing.
It was a taste of freedom. She fell in love with him.
But of course, there is a problem. The lodger is poor. So he tells her he has to go away to Moscow to make money.
But he makes a very specific promise before he leaves.
He promises to return in exactly 1 year to marry her.
1 year.
But now it has been exactly a year. And he is late. She hasn't shown up.
And Nastenka is heartbroken. She thinks he forgot her.
So she tells all this to the dreamer. And the dreamer, of course, falls deeply in love with her.
Instantly.
But this is where it gets weird. I think the dreamer is like someone today who falls in love with a movie star or, a social media influencer.
Oh, that is an interesting way to look at it. How so?
Well, he doesn't love the real Nastenka. He loves a fantasy of Nastenka.
Ah, I see.
Like, he talks to her using these big, dramatic, unnatural words. Nastenka even tells him, "You talk like a book."
Yes, she notices it right away.
He's not treating her like a normal human. He is treating her like a character in his fantasy world.
That is a great point. The sources show that both of these characters are emotionally fragile, but in very different ways.
Right. Nastenka is fragile because she is scared and lonely in the real world.
Exactly. She just needs a real friend. She is torn between her old lover, the lodger, and this new man standing in front of her.
And what about the dreamer? Why is he fragile?
The dreamer is fragile because he just wants to play a role. He wants to be a romantic hero.
He doesn't want a real girlfriend.
No. He even offers to be her secret messenger.
Wait, he offers to take her letters to the other guy? The guy she loves?
Yes. He offers to help her get back together with the lodger.
Why would he do that if he loves her?
Because it makes him feel like a sad, self-sacrificing character in a novel. It is safer to be a tragic hero than to actually try to date her and risk getting rejected.
Oh, wow. He is hiding behind the drama.
Exactly. It is all performance for him.
But this magic performance can't last forever. The 4 white nights have to end.
They do. Real life and real daylight must eventually return.
Right. So let's talk about the ending. It is the final night, the 4th night.
And Nastenka is giving up hope.
Yeah, she is tired of waiting for the lodger. She actually agrees to be with the dreamer.
It seems like he gets his wish.
But then, suddenly, as they are walking down the street, a man appears.
The real fiancé.
Yes. The lodger is back. He was just a little late. And Nastenka sees him, leaves the dreamer, and runs right into the lodger's arms.
She leaves with him immediately.
Okay, let's unpack this again. So what does this all mean?
Well, the ending is very harsh. The dreamer gets a nice letter from Nastenka the next day.
A letter asking for forgiveness, right?
Yes, asking him to forgive her and thanking him for being a good friend. But a letter is not a real person.
No, it isn't.
And then the story jumps forward 15 years.
15 whole years later.
Yes. And we see the dreamer as an old, lonely man sitting in a dirty room.
Just totally alone.
Yes. And this is where we have to talk about the color yellow.
Yellow. Like the pink house that got painted yellow.
Exactly. In Dostoevsky's works, yellow is a very important symbol. You see it in his other famous book, Crime and Punishment, too.
What does yellow mean for him?
In St. Petersburg, yellow represents sickness, dirt, and madness.
Oh, that is dark.
It is. The beautiful, bright white nights are completely gone. He is left with only the sick, yellow reality of his lonely life.
That is just so tragic. He is just sitting in a dirty yellow room.
For 15 years.
So, wait, is Dostoevsky saying that having hope and dreams is a bad thing? Is he saying we shouldn't have an imagination?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, no. That is not what he's saying.
Okay, good.
Dostoevsky is not against love, and he is not against dreams. But he is warning us.
Warning us about what?
He is warning us about the high cost of running away from reality. If you use your imagination to hide from the real world, you will end up completely alone.
Wow. You know, I want to talk directly to you, the listener, for a second, because this is so true today.
It really is.
It is so easy to just live in our screens, right? Or in our books or in our imaginations. Because in there, everything is safe. Everything is perfect.
Nobody can hurt you if you stay in your own little world.
Exactly. But real life, even if it is messy, even if it is confusing, and even if it sometimes breaks our hearts, real life is the only place where real human connection happens.
You have to face the real world to find real love.
You really do. Well, we are almost out of time, so I want to thank you, the listener, for visiting the English Coffee Corner today.
Yes, thank you so much for joining our deep dive.
And I am going to ask you one last time to please subscribe, like, and share this with your friends. It helps us keep making these deep dives for you.
We really appreciate it.
But before we go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought from the story.
Oh, the quote from the end of the book.
Yes, at the very end, as the dreamer is sitting in his lonely room, he thinks about Nastenka. And he asks himself this question. My God, one whole moment of bliss. Is that not sufficient for a man's entire life?
Wow, that is a powerful question.
It is. He is basically saying that one perfect memory was enough for his whole life. But here is a question for you to think about. If you hold on to just one perfect memory forever, does it keep you warm in the cold, or does it stop you from ever finding happiness again?
That is a great thing to think about.
Think about it. See you next time.